Hey guys, it's Gina. Happy New Year. I am going to scrapbook a layout today, scarily enough. And I haven't scrapbooked in a long time. I've done some Project Life layouts. And unfortunately, what you see in front of you is a box that holds like the last few months of my Scraptastic kit and the last few months of my Click kit. Like kits that I have pulled the, what do you call those? I've pulled the embellishments out, but really haven't gotten down into the kit too much. And when it was time to clean up my scrapbook room, I had them all piled out all over my desk, and I decided that I would just throw them in this box and get them off my desk so I could do Project Life. And now that's what you're looking at, this big mess of all kinds of stuff in here. So I'm going to start my layout today. I'm going to do my resolutions layout, and I'm going to, oh, you can see my address up there. That's probably not a good thing. I'm going to start by just kind of going through this box and using whatever is in this box to do my resolutions layout. So that's what you'll see as I'm shuffling through the box, and I will get started. So thank you guys for watching.
Hey guys, so as I said in the intro to this video, I am going to start by going through this box of my previous kits that had come in the months leading up to the holidays because I pulled them apart a little bit, but I never really scrapbooked with them. So I'm going through, I'm kind of organizing them, putting rub-ons with rub-ons and wood veneers with wood veneers and that kind of thing. And I kept too much of this in the video, I think, but I eventually do cut it off. No one wants to see me organize a box of supplies that, you know, I've made a mess of. So we'll see, there's some die cuts that I made and I never used, and just a mess. I mean, if you've watched my recent videos, which there haven't been that many, but if you've watched them, you know that I'm kind of struggling with scrapbooking right now. But I was happy to sit down with this. Sit down on I made this layout on January 1st. No, January 11th, actually, so it's not as bad as I thought. I made this layout on January 11th. Today's January 24th, and I've just finally figured out how to use my software again. It's been a little bit of a learning curve. I have to... And the thing is back. You know, I haven't scrapbooked in a long time or done a voiceover in a long time, so this one's going to be a little rusty, I think. So I'm looking through my phone now to find my list of resolutions, because this is going to be my 2015 resolutions page. And I thought about, you'll see, I know that I'm going to use some wood veneer on this page, so I thought about switching out that Cork 2015 that came in the Freckled Fawn kit and using the Studio Calico 2015 wood veneers that I had. And I'll go back and forth on this a little bit. But in the end, I'm going to use that cork from Freckled Fawn, because these Studio Calico wood veneers, they're not connected in any way, so I could use them to mark different things other than the year. And then the Freckled Fawn thing is a connected cork piece, so I wasn't sure when I'd get an opportunity to use that one again, so I decided that I would use the 2015 cork piece that came with Freckled Fawn's kit. Because like I said, I could use that 2015, those wood veneers from Studio Calico another time, but it's going to take me a little while to figure that out. The background paper that I'm using is from Crate Paper. It's from their open book collection. I don't know the name of the paper. This is going to be a very sketchy layout as far as supplies are concerned, because like I said, I threw all of my kits in one box, so they got kind of mixed up, and I don't really know what happened. I'm going to start this layout by... I knew that I wanted to put several squares on the layout to indicate my top goals for the year. So I'm going to start with this Echo Park paper that is from the Creative Agenda, and it's their 3x4 journaling cards. And I'm not going to use the journaling cards that are on the other side. I'm going to cut about 8 squares off of this paper. So I guess they're like 3x3. Yeah. I think they're 3x3, and then I'm going to cut again. I'm going to cut these at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. This is from Gossamer Blue, this star paper. It's called On My Desk. It's from the On My Desk collection. The paper is called Stargazer. And then I'm going to pull out my Project Life corner rounder, and I'm going to round 2 of the 4 corners on each of these October Afternoon paper. And I really like the way that looks with 2 rounded corners and then the 2 opposite square corners. I just think that's an interesting shape. So I really like it. I use it quite a bit. And there I have my 8 squares. I'm only going to end up using 7 of them because that's all that fits on my paper with my huge 2015 title, but that's okay. Here I'm trying to cut the branding strip off of this crate paper background paper that I'm using, only to find that it is already 12 by 12. It came in one of those plastic sleeves, you know, like sometimes specialty paper comes in, so it was already set. It was already cut down to 12 by 12, so I didn't need to do that, but I wanted to make sure before I put anything down that it was 12 by 12, because I have done that. I have several layouts that are sticking up above my binders because I forgot to take the branding strip off. So I don't want these squares to be in any kind of line because I think I just wanted them to be kind of wonky on the page. I thought that it would give it a little bit more interest, and at this point I forget all about that gossamer blue paper that I cut to make mats for these because I thought that maybe that turquoise paper was a little bit too light to go against that also light background paper, but it actually created enough of a contrast that I thought you could see it. But then I did want to use this star paper and give a little bit of weight to some of these squares, so I ended up just matting 3 of them on the right-left diagonal line to put them down. And here I'm using liquid glue on cork, which is not the smartest thing in the world. Cork absorbs liquid, as you all know, and I wasn't thinking about when I made this layout. And I'm going to get aggravated with myself here because that liquid glue is going to warp my paper underneath that 2015, and I'm going to be very upset about that. So it's like, why didn't you think about this? But in the end, what can you do? It's done. I'm pulling apart some of these chipboard from the Echo Park Creative Agenda chipboard accents. That little clipboard there says, live for today, plan for tomorrow. This is a little jar that has paintbrushes on it, and the little label on the jar says create, and I'm just using Prima Gray chalk ink to outline that jar just to give it a little bit of differentiation between it and the turquoise paper it's standing on. These are some, where are they from? Evalicious Hello Navy Puffy sticker alphabets, and I'm realizing when I put that, here's where I realized that my title is warping. I was putting that more down and realized that I needed something behind it because I want one of my goals to be create more. So I find that little pink strip of paper that I'm actually going to use to ground that more on that one square. But as I'm going through my die cuts, I'm just pulling out the ones that I think I would work that will work for this layout because I was going through them anyway. And like I said, I can't tell you where they're from. They came in a kit, and I don't know. I only subscribed. I subscribed to 3 kits: Freckled Fawn, Scraptastic, and the Click kit. So it came in one of those, but I can't vouch for which one. And so here's where I'm going to put that pink diagonal stripe paper down just to give some grounding to my words that are going to go on that create. What would you call that? Create goal. So here I'm going to put the stickers down. So my goal in that little box will be create more, because spending more time in my scrap room and doing creating things is one of my goals for this year. And then I had that little arrow. It was originally an arrow, but when I was flipping through my die cuts, it looked like a house to me. And so it kind of went with the theme of family. And so this square is going to represent my goal of putting my family first. And when I say my family first, I'm talking about Stu and me. Because I tend to overlook like our plans if, you know, the larger portion of our family calls us and does something. You know, they're doing something, they invite us. And I sort of don't respect the plans that Stu and I had originally. I kind of cancel them. So I want to be more cognizant of Stu and I as a family, and not always cancel our plans to go hang out with the larger family. That's something I want to work on. That top right here in corner there, that typewriter says every moment counts, and that die cut, that wood veneer die cut there says it says fearless, and then I'm going to put the word be above it, because I think, you know, all of us could use a little reminder that to accomplish, you know, most things in our lives, we need to let go of our fears and just go after what we want. So So that little thing says reminder. That's just a little thing that came in that creative agenda thing from Echo Park. I'm going back and looking through my resolutions that I wrote out for the year to figure out which ones I want to put on this layout, because I have like a million of them and you can't fit them all. There's going to be 7, so I was really thinking about which ones I wanted. I'm going to use, I tried to use that little pink arrow there. It's not going to make it to that square, but it will make it to one of the other squares. And I know that I want to use these numbers that are part of this chipboard collection to number my goals. And I had pulled these out, these 3x4 cards when I was looking through my Project Life cards. I actually pulled these 3x4 cards out because I thought they matched they matched pretty well with my goals for 2015. So I had them pulled out. I only end up using one of them, but the one that I used is the one I'm working on here, and it says, be kind, work hard, stay humble, smile often, stay loyal, keep honest, travel when possible, never stop learning, be thankful always, and love. And in a nutshell, I think that's all that, that's what we strive for. I think all of us. I mean, at least I do. And I really liked the, it's kind of sarcastic light bulb, I guess. I'm a pretty sarcastic person. And like, I just kind of felt like the light bulb was like, yeah, this is a new idea or something like that. Like these are things that have been like, going through my brain for my entire life, and now I'm going to add it to this resolution page. So it was kind of a sarcastic light bulb there. That's a Heidi Swap word that says every day, and this is going to be the square that is dedicated to my health, that one in the lower left-hand corner. I'm adding a couple of these butterflies to the page just to fill up some space in these squares. So I'm gonna actually pull my tiny attacher out and staple this every day down, because that's the only way it would stay down without looking at glue and everything. And then I'm going to use that flare button. That flare button, the back of it is concaved, it's not flat. I think that is the Scraptastic flare. It might be Click Kit. One of them, I think the Click Kit flare is very flat on the back and very easy to add to layouts and things like that. But I think the Scraptastic ones are a little bit concave on the back, and so I just add that with a bit of, they're called Zots. They're like 3D glue dots. Ooh, sorry, I just hit the microphone with my hand. So if that sounded terrible, I'm sorry. These came in the Freckled Fawn kit. These 3, I think I'm going to use 3 of them. 3 little acetate kind of shapes. They're all circles, but one of them says dreams, one of them says big plans, and one of them says goals. So I laid them out across the page, and I thought I was going to use those white alpha stickers, but I decided to stick with the gray alpha stickers. And I think by using the gray in each of the squares and making sure each of the squares has a dark color in it really pulls these squares all together. This has got to be the busiest layout I have ever made. So it was a bit of a challenge for me, because at this point I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on here. So I don't know. Just again going back and adding the numbers just to number my goals a bit, and I don't know. And it's a lot of thinking, like, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do that? How do I want to represent that? This one, I think now I'm gonna, no. What am I doing? Oh, I'm looking for other die cuts. This is so when I finish with a kit, on those rare occasions that I actually use my kit and finish it, because like today is January 24th and I have not used either of my kits yet. I should probably do that today. Yeah, that's going to be my challenge. I'm going to do that today. This is a piece of gold, I don't even know. It's a gold die cut that I've had in my stash for 1,010 years, and I decided, since there was gold in the background of this paper, that I would just stick it on here, because if I didn't use it here, I don't know that I ever would. So now I'm going through the wood veneers, and what I was saying is, when I finish a kit, I have these iris drawers that sit on my desk, and I I just put like all the extra die cuts in one of them, all the extra wood veneers in another, and all the extra kind of like 3D embellishments in another, so that when I'm working on, you know, layouts later, I can go back and just take a look at what I have and use them. I had that red where up by the 2015, I have a red circle there that says Dreams, and I didn't have red anywhere else on the layout, so I needed to add a little bit of red to make it look like that wasn't just an accident. I mean, it was, because I was not thinking about, I was thinking more about the word on that red circle. So I just added 2 little stars around the layout to bring that red down some more. And I'm actually going to use some enamel dots as well to bring some more red into the layout. This square is going to say Live with Intention. And here you can see I had to go back and figure out how to spell the word intention. Because I don't spell backwards very well, and it actually looks a little weird because it hangs off of that gold thing, but I don't care. It wasn't bothering me enough to try to fix it, so I, you know, again, we go back to the fact that a lot of people use wax paper to align their letters and get them to sit right, and I just never do that, so I probably should, but I don't. I just kind of lay them down there. There's that little pink arrow. It's coming back. That's where it's going to sit now. And now I know that I want to add these cork stars. I think they came in the Freckled Fawn kit, because I want to add them to all 7 squares, because I want to make sure that there's some cohesion between each of the squares. So that's what I'm doing. Here's where I decide that I'm going to pull out some of these red enamel dots, and I'm going to put them down. Do I know where they came from? They're actually not enamel dots. They're from the Oh Dear Me Freckled Fawn kit, and they call them pearl stickers. So there you go. Just going to add my, I wasn't sure where to put that 6 for the Create More, so I just put it right in the center of the butterfly. It worked there. And then the 3 for that top one, I'm trying to figure out where to put that. And then I'm putting those little cork stars around again, just to bring cohesion to the whole layout. Even though this layout is super busy, I think that in the end, each square is embellished well, I think, and they all have similar elements that tie them together. So that typewriter was not sitting down sturdy enough or stuck down, you know, strong enough for me. So I just added a little bit more adhesive behind it. I'm looking over words here because I have one square that doesn't have a, it does not yet have a goal. And I know that one of my biggest goals for this year is to stop creating my own stress. Like, there are things that happen to us in the world that stress us out, but the stuff that I do that creates my own stress, I mean, how ridiculous is that, right? So it's like procrastination. You know, I get all stressed out because I put off all these tasks till the last minute, and then I have 1,030,000 things to do. So like, I want to stop creating my own stress. Like, there's no point in that, you know. Let's plan, let's get our stuff done. So like, live with intention, like planning things out helps. And I think all of these things, all of my resolutions for the year feed into this one about not creating my own stress. Like, I want to live with intention, which means I want to plan things and make sure that I get them done so that I can move on without, you know, move on from that task without like thinking about it anymore. So I didn't have enough of the Embellishing letters to use them for create this word here. So I just pulled these LE Studio ones out. They're gray. I use them again in that Be Healthy Everyday one in the lower left hand corner. So they will be in more than one square, so it will work. So that's why I pulled that second set out, because I didn't have another one of those Embellishing sets of those puffy stickers. I should have ordered more of them. I don't know where I got them. Probably from Scraptastic, I think. Maybe from the Click Kit. I have no idea. I don't even know why I try to figure it out. These are the pens that I always use for journaling, always. They're Stettler Tri Plus fine liners. I got them at Target. They're expensive. I don't remember how much they were, but they were enough that I was like, oh my heavens. But that's, you know, whatever. Here I'm a bit of a grammar freak, and the fact that that don't did not have an apostrophe was bothering me, so I just used my white gel pen and stuck a apostrophe after that N in that word don't, so that you know, it was the correct word. I'm going to put some of this string behind that tag. I love adding string to tags. I do it all. If I have a tag on the layout, more often than not, I put string through it, and that string just came in a kit at some point. I don't know. So now I have 6 of the 7 squares I'm feeling pretty good about, and I just need to work on this last one. And I know that I want that one to say be healthy, but I don't have the letters to spell out healthy, so here's where I'm going to go back to the LA Studio letters, and I'm going to spell out the word healthy, so that one will read be healthy every day. And I'm going to go back to those October afternoon. Did I write them down? I surely did not. I believe they're October afternoon letter stickers, the red ones that I'm using, the ones, they kind of look like they're orange on the screen, but like the one that says don't create your own stress, I think those are October afternoon stickers, or my mind, no, not October afternoon, they're my mind's eye stickers, alpha stickers, but they came in a kit, so. And then I'm going to add these cork stars around, like I said, just to make sure, I tore that one, just to make sure that, you know, each of the squares has some cork in them. And then here is a final look at the layout. So I hope you enjoyed. I know it was a long one. I apologize for that. But when you're decorating squares individually, there's a lot. There's a lot to explain. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will be back next time with another video. I will talk to you soon. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Bye.